The following is a paid advertisement. The views expressed are the sole responsibility of the advertiser.
I'm attorney Justin Clark. Coming up just ahead on You Have Real Estate, a very special episode, our 200th show together, 7 years of You Have Real Estate. We're going to talk all things real estate together and really celebrate you today. It's all just ahead. It's You Have Real Estate. Your debt does not have to control your life. You have the power to potentially lower or even eliminate your debt. I'm attorney Justin Clark. Call me now for a free consultation or visit youhavepower.com and take back control of your financial life.
You Have Real Estate is proudly sponsored by Renewal by Andersen, your full-service window and door replacement company. Learn more at rbafla.com.
Welcome to You Have Real Estate, presented to you by Renewal by Andersen. I am your host, attorney Justin Clark. Whether you're a first-time home buyer, seasoned investor, or even looking to sell your home, this next 30 minutes is designed just for you. Think of it like hitting multiple open houses, all from your living room, with my attorney advice out the way. Any questions whatsoever during the program, the phone number will be on the screen, 407-205-0400. As you can see, today is a very special show. It is our 200th episode, 7th season of this program. We are coming to you from Francesco's in Maitland. Great show ahead, but first, the opening statement. It was 7 years ago, actually, where I was in the car driving. It seems like I have my best thoughts while driving. Driving to St. Augustine, I remember, and I thought that I'm very worried about the consumer in this market because they're getting pulled in so many different directions when it comes to real estate and their housing. We had a major financial crisis, a foreclosure crisis that happened, and I thought you were confused. You get pulled in different directions by this agent, by this mortgage person, by this roofing company. How can I put together a bunch of information from a trustworthy source and get that to you so that you don't get taken advantage of? And I thought You Have Real Estate. I thought we need to do this TV show. By the time I got to St. Augustine, I already had the whole show mapped out in my head, stayed up all night putting it together, and really the show is very similar to the show that I planned that evening. I emailed Tyson, our producer, that night. 2 weeks later, the show debuted. 2 weeks, we turned this into a television program. Now, 7 years later, here we are talking to you every single weekend, and we do it for you. That is the only reason we are here. I own this show. Anyone who comes on this show, I trust. You know you can trust them as well. That's why we do it, and the reason we're still around is because you continue to join us. So thank you from the bottom of my heart for making this an amazing 7 years. I hope we've helped you through this real estate business that is an incredibly cyclical one. It's like gas prices. Real estate's up, down. Do I buy? Do I sell? Do I hold? Do I refinance? We're here to tell you what we think you should do when it comes to real estate. Two people I've done it with since day one join me here today. They're married. They're both in this business. It's Dallas and Vivian Lehman. Guys, how are you?
Wonderful.
Doing great. Congratulations, Justin.
Yes.
Well, we wouldn't be here if you guys had not been helping along the way, of course, but I'm very passionate about why we're here. And we are here to help the person at home, the person who's watching this right now, because people do get pulled in so many different directions, so told so many different things when it comes to their real estate, by the way, which is their most important and valuable investment that they have. We're here to really conglomerate that information and tell you what's really happening. It is a difficult decision sometimes, whether to buy or sell. Do I get a new roof? What do I do? These are questions that I think that we answer together. What has been the response, Vivian, that you've heard over these last 7 years from people who watch the show? When you see them on the street, what do they tell you?
I think it's been very positive, especially as we went through COVID and everything else where there wasn't a lot of communication. You know, I think people appreciated, hey, what's going to happen? You know, at least what I like about our team is we have everything covered. The legal, the real estate, the mortgage. And, you know, we can invite other agents to come on and give us their information also.
And we also have disagreements on that. You and I have been disagreeing over the last couple of years. The rates were about, I think, 3%. And I think I said they're going to be 5% by the end of the year. And you're like, no way. And then they shot up to almost 7% here recently. We do this show in real time, where we're talking about information that's happening right now, mortgage rates up and down, being able to deliver that information to the public is pretty important, Dallas. What do you think? What do you hear when you're talking to people on the street about this show?
Well, quite honestly, I think we're the #1 source for Central Florida. The people that I talk to, they are very happy to know they can watch one show, and as Vivian said, they can get everything they need to respect their biggest asset. We have attorneys, we have a real estate broker, we have the lending, we have an enrolled IRS agent. We have everything under one roof to help them. Rates, and I know you keep track of all of our conversations. You may be a little ahead on this point, but rates have stabilized. As we all know, the Fed spoke 2 weeks ago. And I think we're going to stay fairly stable this year going into an election year. But more importantly, I want to say it is so great to serve the community, give everybody what they need. And we have one of the loyalist followings from the people that I speak to every week. And it's a testament to what we all do. Congratulations.
I hear from people obviously on the street all the time about, I saw the show this week and this was what you said. I changed what I was going to do because of what you said, and I appreciate that. But I take that very seriously. I take that responsibility very seriously. And again, the people that I invite on this show, I trust. I mean, I do business with the people who come on the show, whether they're agents or otherwise. I really do. But I also hear when I'm talking to people that they have been so confused as to what they should do. Why is there so much confusion in real estate?
You know, I think it's because we are dependent on, it's supply and demand. I mean, we talk about it all the time. We're dependent on rates, we're dependent on, you know, what's available. And Inman recently had their conference in New York. It was a full week of Florida. Yeah. And they're gung-ho on our values increasing, and the rates, I think, are even going to drop a little bit more, personally.
Rates? Mm-hmm. What do you see happening?
Well, I think rates have stabilized, but I think there's a lot of white noise out there. What we keep saying is this is everybody's biggest investment, everybody's biggest asset. That's the reason for the confusion on most people's part. Again, I think because we have the experts sitting at this table and the experts we work with, we're heavily involved in Aura. We've created an educational class with Aura that we can teach. We have Vivian's on the board of directors for Aura. I sit on one of the councils at Aura. Because we have that information, all they have to do, and they are doing it, is tune in Saturdays to listen to what we have to say. And that sort of brings it all together for them and makes it easier to base their own opinion on their biggest asset by listening to what some of the greatest experts offer for them.
I think this show is more important even because of where we're based, here in Florida, here in Central Florida. Our real estate market, quite honestly, is different than the rest of the country. So my fear oftentimes has been that someone at home is on foxnews.com or CNN, just to play both sides of the field there, and they hear something about the real estate market. Oh, Justin, it's collapsing. I just read this on Fox News. We're different. Florida is different than the rest of the country, especially right now. How different really is Florida real estate-wise?
Again, it's the low inventory. You don't see that in other pockets of the country. I mean, you might even have, issues in Las Vegas, and the value might be going down there. So you really have to take Florida and make it its own little microcosm.
I'm maybe most impressed with you two avoiding getting into this food while we're sitting here, because I can smell it. I want to eat it, but no one's touched it yet, and I'm very proud of you both.
Wait till the cameras turn off.
Dallas said that for our 10th year anniversary, we're doing the show in Italy, actually.
Have to.
I'm down. Let's do it. Thank you. You've become family to me, as you know.
Same.
It's always a pleasure hanging out with you, doing business with you, doing this TV show with you two. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart, I love you both. I think you know that.
Thank you, Justin.
Here's what we will do. A quick break. When we return, the show really does aim to help you. And we do so by inviting friends of ours on who we trust with their businesses. We're going to talk to a couple of those when we return, as you have real estate intentions. Have you been threatened by the IRS? You are not helpless. You have the power to fight wage garnishments and fight levies on your accounts. I'm Justin Clark. Call me now for a free consultation or visit youhavepower.com and take back control of your financial life. Welcome back to the show. As I told you, I dictate who comes on the show, and hold on. Makaila, you're on the show right now, but you're already laughing at me. This is ridiculous.
That was so funny. I dictate who comes on this show.
It's true. But I do it because I only have people on that I trust. Because what's going to happen inevitably is you are going to call the people I have on the show, and the last thing I want is to have someone I don't trust absolutely with all my heart on the program. I trust you too. This is Makaila Nichols, by the way. You come on the show occasionally, not very often, but it's good to have you.
I show up sometimes.
And from Renewal by Andersen, a place that I very much do trust, Chelsea's here. Hi, Chelsea. How are you?
Hi, good.
You two have a big weekend together, by the way.
We
I want to hear about
do.
this first. Go ahead. What's up?
The Miss Orlando Scholarship Program is happening this week in Orlando, and Chelsea is going to be one of the judges.
Oh, wow. How do you feel about this?
I'm excited. Inspiring young women. That's what we're about.
It is.
She's crushing it. I mean, she's in a male-dominated industry, and she's making a difference, with all things marketing and just making a difference. So she is a perfect role model for these young women.
No, I totally agree. I agree with you on that. But when I talk about people that I trust and businesses that I trust, it's not easy for me to decide. I almost know right away who I trust to have on this program. Renewal by Andersen, first of all, is a huge company, but the culture that has been built over there, you can feel it out of every single one of your managers, every single one of your employees, and I know that culture dictates how they treat their customers. Describe the culture at Renewal.
It's all about delighting the customer. They're first, they're foremost. We want to make sure that we're not only listening, but that our culture reflects us in a genuine way.
And it's windows, doors. Windows are such an important feature of someone's house that I think sometimes people don't recognize the importance of their windows, because it's not only the aesthetics. Yes, it makes your house look better. It's the safety, and it's also the energy efficiency. How are your windows different?
Not only from the perspective of 2023 most energy efficient window, 4-time JD Power Award winner, we're not only proud, but we're making the difference in your home every single day from all of those aspects that you spoke to.
Yeah. And your staff that goes out there, I mean, this isn't a deal where someone calls and then there's some photo taken of the house. Your design team literally will come to my home, spend time with me, and really help me figure out what I want, what I need, because I really don't know. I just know that I probably need new windows. How does that process work?
We take the time, we come to your home at a time that's convenient for you. We listen, we take that extra 60 to 90 minutes, whatever you need, to really develop a plan for you, whether it's phasing the job and doing some of that job ahead of time and waiting on some of the others. We make it affordable, we give you all the right insight through the process.
So I'm a homeowner, let's say, and I know that I need to do upgrades to my house, and I don't even necessarily know where to start. How do I know when it's time to really seriously consider upgrading my windows?
You're going to notice those high energy bills. You're going to notice those little droplets or condensation on the windows. And you're also going to notice sometimes those windows don't open or close or lock, which is also a safety concern. All of those are indications that you really should give us a call. Let us come out and give you some insight about your project.
And people get concerned, I think, because of the cost. They think, well, to put all new windows throughout my house, I don't have the money in my account to write this big check, or maybe I do have the money in my account, but I don't want to write this big check. It's not necessarily I have to write a big check all at once all the time.
No, we can absolutely, again, like I mentioned, phase the job. We have great financing options. So we're here to support you and make it affordable for your home.
Florida, we were talking earlier, is different than a lot of states, and Florida has hurricanes. At the end of the day, we have hurricanes. Almost every year, it feels like lately, we've had at least one storm roll through. And when that storm rolls through, it's scary. As a father, you have, as a father, when a hurricane rolls through, you have to act like, okay, no problem, nothing bad's gonna happen. But when the storm's actually rolling through and you hear the banging of the windows, it does become scary. And I fear that, okay, well, we got through the storm, we'll deal with these windows some other time. I mean, you really need to think about window safety now before a storm comes. How does having the new windows really protect your home during a storm?
So that we have Coastal Impact Acclaim Impact windows, and it allows there to not only be 2 times stronger than anything out there, but you get that beautiful view.
Yeah.
So ours are rated for that particular design pressure that comes in when the hurricane system comes through our town or our area. So our windows protect your home, your loved ones, from having that imminent impact of something coming through those windows.
It's just freaky when you're sitting there and the storm's rolling through and you hear that banging.
It's shaking.
It
the
shakes,
home.
I know.
Yeah.
And a lot of that is, I think, coming from the windows. It's
Yeah.
scary. Here's what I'm gonna do for you. There is a QR code on the screen right now. All you have to do is take out your phone, okay? Point it at the QR code. It's gonna go directly to Chelsea and her team at Renewal by Andersen. They will come out. This is not a high pressure sales thing at all. They're gonna come out. look at your windows and say, you know, we really could replace all of them. We could replace this one or that one, and show you what you need and show you how you can really be energy efficient on your home as well. And that's what I've seen. And one of the reasons I love having you on is because we're getting windows oftentimes for almost free for people at home, because they can get on a payment plan. And when the electricity bill comes down and almost matches the payment you're paying for your windows every month, at the end of the day, it's like getting windows for free. You must have seen this happen. Tell me a story about this.
You know, we've heard not only from different consumers, our customers, that they can't believe how energy efficient and how quiet and really, you know, I think we said it in the last show, you know, one of our homeowners said it's like getting a surgery on your home, right?
Yeah.
Like a cataract surgery, but for your home, because you can really then open up the blinds and enjoy that outdoor view.
And at the end of the day, too, when you pull in the driveway, though, let me tell you, when you have brand new windows, your house just,
Aesthetically pleasing.
it's just,
Yes.
you just stole my line, I think.
Yes.
It is aesthetically pleasing, though. You're right. It just looks good. And I think,
Clean and nice.
and you're saving money every month on electricity, but I also think when you go to sell your house, when someone comes in and sees brand new windows, it inevitably is going to help your resale value of the home, too.
Absolutely, and the warranty is fully transferable to the new owner. So
amazing.
again, that transfer of that beautiful investment.
Good luck to you, too, this weekend.
Thank
I'm
you.
sure
We're
you'll have a lot of
excited.
fun
It's gonna be
together.
fun.
It's going to be a couple long days,
You'll be
I've
there,
heard.
too.
I've
That's
heard.
okay.
I'll be
That's
around. I'll
okay.
probably be bringing you sandwiches or something. You'll put me to work, I have
Yeah.
no doubt. Thank you so much, Chelsea
you.
from Renewal by Andersen. Not only do we talk to you every week and tell you like where you can get things, should you buy, sell your house, we even talk to you about where you should live. What is it like buying a house in this part of Central Florida versus another part of Central Florida? We have been talking about Ocala for a while. We've introduced you to Ocala with Elisha Lopez at Ocala Realty World. More on Ocala as You Have Real Estate's 200th episode continues. 2023 has come and gone. I know on your list of things to do was get my roof inspected. You see leaks coming in, or your roof has just gotten old. 2024 is the year to do that. One place to turn is my good friends at Universal Roof and Contracting, joined by Justin and Corey. Happy New Year, guys. Good to see you.
You too. Thanks for having
You
us.
did my roof last year, and they did such a great job. QR code is here on the screen, by the way. If you have any roof leaking, or if your roof is old, you need to have someone look at it today. You're not just roofers, you're general contractors, which really saved the day on my house. What difference does that make?
A huge difference. It makes us a one-stop shop. If there's anything on a structural level or anything beyond the roof line that needs to be handled as a point of doing the roof, we can actually handle that circumstance in real time with real solutions and not have you to take back over and get other GCs involved to handle that. So really it just makes us very versatile, and it allows us to open up a huge book of services to make sure all your best needs are met.
A lot of roofing companies gone out of business, getting bought up right now, and they're doing that because when they get the phone call, they literally don't go to the person's house. They get an aerial photo of the roof, and they call up and say, okay, we're going to put a new roof on. Not your strategy at all.
Not at all. It just happened yesterday with me. Yeah, the homeowner was surprised I showed up, and I'm glad I did, because there were so many little intricacies about the roof that had to be addressed to make a proper scope of work. So we're big believers in showing up, doing a proper inspection, making sure that we're going to address everything so there's no surprises on the back end.
With my house, we were able to file an insurance claim thanks to you guys, really. You helped me through that process. Sometimes you can't file an insurance claim. For the people who have to pay, do you have payment plans available that make it really simple?
Absolutely. Financing is a real thing out there. It's a useful tool. It's a way for us to not only get your roof done, completed, but you can defer all your money issues until the next year, and then we can still get your roof done in real time.
Thank you guys for all you did for me, all you've done for our audience here. Do yourself a favor, check out Universal Roof and Contracting right now. Welcome back, 200th episode, 7th year together.
yourself.
Unbelievable. I have gotten old. When I get my hair cut, it's super gray. It's gray all the time, but when I get it cut, especially, it looks gray. I don't care. I think some women like that, I heard.
Yes.
Thank
It's like
you.
a fine wine.
Whatever. I don't care. As the pandemic hit, almost 4 years ago now, something very crazy happened in this real estate environment. The prices started shooting up. A lot of people lost their job, but the real estate went sky high. And what did we do? I realized that some of us here in Central Florida, in the Orlando, Winter Park, Lake Mary, I realized that some of us as families were getting priced out of the market. And as I talked to you, you said, Justin, I have to continue renting. I cannot afford real estate as it is now for my family. Then to make matters worse, the interest rates started skyrocketing. And so what did I do? What did we think to do? And that's about the time we met Elisha Lopez with Ocala Realty World. And we started thinking outside of the box a little bit. They built all of these new highways that have really brought big Central Florida together. Places that used to feel so far away, like Ocala, have now become closer. And what you've done is you said, you know what, I still want to buy a house for my family. And you've looked a little bit further out than you thought. And the place that we always turn is Ocala, Marion County. So happy to be joined by Elisha Lopez. Elisha, you've really changed the trajectory of this show, because I never really thought to tell people that it's okay to live an hour away. And that's what you taught us with Ocala and Ocala Realty World. Welcome, how are you?
Wonderful.
Good to see you. And that's, it is what it is. While the real estate market in Ocala has gone up as well, it started lower. So it's still more affordable to buy a house in Ocala than it is where we sit here in Maitland or Orlando or Winter Park. What is the difference?
Still almost 40% difference.
So it's 40% less. And talk to me about people that you've worked with. I mean, you have worked with buyers who have been renting their whole lives. They've got 2 or 3 kids. How do they feel when they go from being a renter to being an owner of their own home?
Amazing. And they're really, like, from the realtor perspective, there's no better feeling in the world as a realtor when you work with a first-time home buyer and knowing that they have rented really their entire life.
Yeah.
And they come from like renter families, to be able to hand those keys over and they're finally homeowners. I mean, it's just absolute greatest feeling ever.
Yeah, and someone here at this table recently became a homeowner as well. I think it was last September you bought your first house. You're 2 or 3 years out of college, so it's pretty normal progression. You bought your first house recently. How did you feel?
It was great. I don't know. It was surreal. It was a very surreal moment.
When you first...
I still don't really think I have my own house. It's kind of strange, but you know. Right? Yeah, just a little bit.
Seriously, describe that feeling for this audience. The feeling where you go to the closing table, you're literally at a title...
Well, I'm a little
I
bit
didn't finish my
different.
question.
Because I was late, so...
You were late to the closing.
I was late
that's
to the
right.
closing, yeah.
I did hear about that. Like, just like you were late to the shoot today.
Yeah, I was just a little bit late, so there's a little bit more pressure than there probably should have been. But, you know, it was a good time all around.
But once you finally sign all that paperwork and you get a key to your house, what does it feel like to you? When you actually get to the home with the key, open the door, say, this is mine, how does that feel?
I mean, once you get over the money factor, it's pretty dang great. You're like, what have I just done? But it's very exciting.
Yeah. I have a QR code on the screen right now, which will connect you to Elisha directly. Here's how it works. Subscribe to her, and she will send you listings. She'll even send you listings that are not even on the market yet. Anywhere in Ocala, Marion County, that whole part of sort of northern Florida, which is still close to Orlando, you need to get with her because she's going to show you what's coming up on the market and what is on the market right now. Maybe you can go from being a renter to being a homeowner and really have the feeling that Makaila just described. But it's not just buying a primary home. What I've noticed in Ocala and Marion County is investors are going wild there. I think that maybe people have, especially someone who's buying their first or second rental home, maybe they can't afford the area right outside of Disney anymore. It's the same concept, but on a much newer level in Ocala with all the horse stuff going on.
And what I've been learning through the process of constantly getting the calls from investors and with Airbnbs, that $300,000 to $400,000 price point is their sweet spot.
Yes.
And so when it comes to the investment properties for Airbnb, we have those, and we have a lot of them.
Yeah.
And so they're way more affordable and attainable by us than they are here in Orlando.
I agree. And even bigger investors, what I've noticed lately is the people who go around buying up shopping centers or who are developing little shopping centers, they feel like there's not as much land left in Orlando. Mm-hmm. They don't know, and they should know, that the Ocala Marion County area is growing like crazy. There are a bunch of people coming up there to buy properties for development as well. What is that looking like now?
It's crazy. Like, I remember we moved there almost 19 years ago, and so much land, signs would sit up for years. And now commercial properties, you put a sign up, and everybody's fighting over it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I heard there's a Buc-ee's going to Ocala or something, right?
Third one's
Third?
coming.
What? There's already 2?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, they have plans for the third one already, but that just...
That excited me
thing,
personally.
yeah.
I love going
Yeah,
there.
I mean, I think that anyone who is a...
We will. Let's have a Buc-ee's.
You guys are going to have a Buc-ee's date?
Yes.
Oh, good.
And then we're going to go zip line.
Perfect.
You're gonna get beef jerky?
Maybe.
But I don't care who you are, whether you're looking for a primary home for you and your family, whether you're looking for investment houses to rent out on Airbnb, or whether you're a big developer looking for that next big piece of land that you can turn into a shopping plaza and make a lot of money for you and your family for the rest of your lifetime and their lifetime, Ocala is where it's at. Ladies and gentlemen, it is growing like crazy. A different world up there too. Everyone is nice, which I know is weird for us to hear. Everyone is nice. It's truly like being in the South. Elisha, thank you. We're so lucky to have you as part of the show. You really changed our show for the better, and it's so good to see you every week. Thank you for always having such great information. Thank you. Talk to you soon. Check out Ocala Realty World today. I'm attorney Justin Clark. If you're in debt and find yourself living paycheck to paycheck, call me now or visit youhavepower.com today. As we wrap things up today on this very special show, we do so at a location where it seems like we celebrate a lot of special events, birthday parties, work things, 200th episodes of this TV show right here at Francesco's. Joined by the man who makes it all go round, Chef Francesco. Chef, thank you for having us out as always. What makes Francesco such a special place to have special events?
You know, it's a family restaurant where everybody feel comfortable. I think the interior design is making a little bit more romantic. And, you know, we always take care of the beautiful event. We do roses to all the mothers, or in this case, a woman and Valentine. You know, it's, and my team, you know, like I say, it created this fun, good restaurant, beautiful restaurant that everybody loved, that I'm blessed that everybody loves it.
Two things I think really stand out to me. It's you, number one, always in the kitchen there, always smiling, and the food. But the food is always so amazing, so solid. How do you keep your food so amazing? I'm getting delivery fresh product every day. You know, I'm not getting anything frozen or anything like that. Everything it's started from seafood, which everybody knows how much I love seafood, cooking seafood, and I'm getting all my fresh fish from Lombardi. So everything is delivered fresh every single day. Yeah, it's amazing, brother. Always good to see you, Chef. Keep up the great work, man. Thank you for having us out.
It's a pleasure.
And as we wrap up today's very special episode, 200, I can't believe it, 7 years here with you. I would be remiss if I didn't thank so many people here. This is not a Grammys award speech by any means, but our amazing crew who's been with us from day one, where Tyson and I first met about this show from Francesco 7 years ago. It's been an amazing journey. Dallas, Vivian, Makaila, everyone who makes this show go round, thank you so much. But most importantly, it's about you. Thank you for joining me every weekend, and I'll see you again next week for more You Have Real Estate.
The proceeding was a paid advertisement. The views expressed were the sole responsibility of the advertiser.